The first 100 days of President Trump's second term have been a whirlwind. Executive orders have been flying around. We have the border that's more fortified now, and federal agencies have been overhauled, at least to start. And Chris Bedford points out in his latest Beltway brief that the next 100 days are where the battle really begins. The Trump administration, we know, it has a lot on its plate. We're trying to go out there and cut taxes, secure the border, rein in all those activist judges, and fill in those key jobs, I should say. Now, momentum, it's strong right now, but it's going to take serious focus to keep it going. So let's bring in Chris right now. So what is the most urgent thing for Donald Trump to get done right now?
Well, the number one thing I could ask him to do is to please make sure that my darling baby right here stays calm for 1 second, because my mother-in-law had to leave and my wife got stuck at work. So it's just us two on camera today, and her nap is in 5 minutes. But the number one thing that Donald Trump has to do, his entire agenda right now, and they know this, is wrapped up in this budget. They need to get the budget through reconciliation through the House and the Senate. I mean, basically everything. I'm talking about his tax provisions, which are going to be necessary when the United States starts to feel any kind of economic squeeze and the deflation that comes with tariffs. And if these tariffs stay in place, you're going to need the positive economic effects of those tax cuts to come through in time for that to actually be able to help people. Now, these are tax cuts that are for individuals, not for big businesses. However, tons of small businesses find it more beneficial for them to file as individuals under the person as opposed to as corporations. So, or as even private companies. So they use these taxes, and the Senate has a kind of a tradition, a habit of passing these things on Christmas Eve on 2025. And if you're a small business trying to lay out and figure out what you're going to purchase, what you're going to deal with, how much money you're going to have, how you're going to handle these tariffs, how these different products you may have been relying on from China are not going to be as cheap as they once were. You have to buy from non-slave labor now. Oh my gosh. The ability to be able to forecast out months and months in advance is absolutely essential. The same thing is also the truth for border security. Customs and Border Patrol and ICE are operating completely within the law. They're using existing laws and they're using existing money. Now, they need more room. They need more detainment space. They need more bunks. They need more people, places to put people, literally just more beds. That needs to be put into here. But energy, transportation, all these different things are included in the president's budget. So he needs that in order to do the next phase. But there's more he also needs from Congress. And I've got a piece coming up this on Friday, as well as a fun interview with CPI's Rachel Bovard, an absolute friend of the show. Hello, darling. That was to the baby, not to Rachel. Excuse me, guys. It's a little hectic in the Bedford household right now.
It's so good.
The nominations for all of the undersecretaries need to come through. These are the Deputy Secretary of Defense, the person over at the Department of Treasury who's in charge of overseeing the health of the banks, both domestically and internationally, the ambassador to the Vatican, which is about to have a new pope. There are 30 some odd positions that need to be confirmed. Also, House Judiciary, we're looking at Jim Jordan right now, can do a whole lot more to deal with these rogue judges. They have a subpoena power. I want them to be going after these judges and pulling them in. This is something that would be beneficial to the White House. Explain why you think the judiciary branch, despite what the founders say, is supreme to the legislature, is supreme to the executive, because that's the way it's being operated right now. But it's not just the legislature that needs to do some work. The executive, despite all their executive orders, needs to ramp up its hiring. A combination of PPOs in charge with this, personnel management, as well as Doge is in charge of this. They need to be able to actually get through some sorts of things. They need to be able to get more people on and rely on more folks. And 1 second, darling, I'll be right with you. She's teething right now.
That's perfect.
And there's a big fight that's coming at the judiciary that's honestly going to be pretty major for what's coming up next.
So the only thing better than a cat in the background is a human child in the background who wants to hang out with her father.
My gosh.
There we are. Hey, Josie, you're on TV. He had a cat just earlier, just to give you a glimpse of what's going on in my house right now.
Absolute chaos.
Who pulled out the wire for my camera and it won't come back on. So now I'm blowing out on my laptop camera with this adorable baby on my lap. Yeah, she's having fun at least. She comes from a family of people who are used to this. So far, she's doing great.
This is a model of how to raise kids in the modern age. You're an example to everyone right now, and it's a great thing. It's a beautiful thing. Talking about Congress, one of the big points you have here is that Trump can't keep up the momentum, right, without the help of Congress. And what you're saying is Congress ain't flying that fast. So is there any way to reconcile this moving forward?
Absolutely, especially in nominations. Right now, they're really interested in the legislative calendar. Right, exactly. They need to switch to the executive calendar in order to be able to push these nominations through. And then once they do that, they can play hardball with the Democrats. They can absolutely force them out to do this. And I've got a great breakdown with the Senate mastermind, Rachel Bovard, for you on Friday and how they can do that. They need to do this more quickly than later, because right now they're planning to get to this in August. And August is too late. The world is in chaos. Europe is on fire. There's huge things that need to be done. The banks, of course, will be threatened if there is serious deflation. If a lot of the things that they've been investing in, a lot of these, not just the junk bonds, but the shorts that they have don't end up actually working out because the economy doesn't go the direction that this bubble's been continuing. A lot of these things that are hidden on the bank sheets. You want the people who are overseeing that sort of stuff in place. So August Senate ain't gonna cut it. They may be almost as out of time as I was just a minute ago.
I absolutely love this. I've never had a segment that I've loved any more than this. You can bring an adorable baby on at any point in time. I know that baby Josephine, she needs to go get her nap. I need a nap too. I'm jealous that she gets a nap, but we'll let you go here today.
Me too.
And we'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a good one, Chris.
You too. I'll see you tomorrow.
I absolutely adore Chris's baby. She is the cutest thing in the entire world. And look at that right there. You can just say everything. It's a little busy, a little chaotic over there, but they'll make things happen there in Washington, D.C. Bedford is so tuned in to the show that he will still come to you and bring you these updates every night.
Yeah, that's a good thing. And he dealt with that very smoothly. So hats off to him. Great example. And, we'll see what Congress does, but I think all viewers will be more interested in the baby.